Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick, and today guys we're going to be taking a look at Cardano's ADA on the hourly chart, the daily chart and the weekly chart, and giving you thoughts and opinions, or giving my thoughts and opinions on where I think things are heading here for Cardano. So as I get into the video, you know what to do. Smash that like button. If you're new, subscribe, and guys, if you haven't joined us in Discord, what are you waiting for? Check it out, link in the description below. Now, I'm a little bit under the weather today. I've got some kind of man cold, so I will try to keep this one nice and brief, but get you all the information I think you need to know so that you can be prepared for what I think is likely to happen. Now, just bear in mind, I'm not a financial advisor. I can't give you financial advice. All I can do is give you my thoughts and opinions on the data in the charts as I see it, and you can do with that information as you see fit. Let's take a look at what's going on here with Cardano. So, I guess a lot of people don't like me being bearish on Cardano. I'm bearish on the short-term price action of Cardano, but I am bullish as hell on the long-term price action of Cardano, right? Let's clear that up right now in the comment section. What are you doing? Come on, like if you're new to the channel, you might not know how bullish we are on Cardano. You can be forgiven, but if you've been around for a while, yeah, you know that we're not bearish on Cardano long-term. But the price action is bearish right now, and we can't ignore that and tell people that we're bullish on it short-term as well as we are on the long-term, because that would just be absolutely foolish of us, right? So we can see that we're in a downward trend here on the weekly time frame. We're bearish on the weekly. Now we might break up above this. We might be able to get a close position above the 200 EMA on the weekly time frame or the daily time frame. This could be good, but for now we are where we are, and that is that we've tested this trend line to the downside. We're below the 50 EMA. The 50 EMA is below the 200 EMA, and yeah, it's not looking strong, right? We can agree that it's quite standard. It's pretty obvious on the macro. That means that we are probably going to be enjoying cheaper prices at some point in the future, unless this can get broken. Okay, so as it stands at the moment, we should be expecting bearish things for Cardano on the macro scale, but you know, we always are hopeful that maybe we'll get a break to the upside and we might get this reversed, right? And so until that happens, it is what it is. Moving over into our hourly chart, okay, we can acknowledge that things did pretty well, right? We had a good push to the upside on the back of XRP. We went up 32%. Pretty good, and we started to pull all the way back down again, right? So at the moment we are down here with a 17% negative. Now, for the most part, we're finding good support on the 200 hourly EMA, which is cool, but we are finding resistance on the 50 EMA. Now, this isn't too bad. I see this as a positive, to be fair. I think that we are basically just in a short-term bearish move at the moment, but we are getting ourselves set up for a break to the upside. We can see in here, right? Lower highs and lower lows will want to break on upwards. Okay, so that's a positive on the short term. However, looking at it, it looks like we are going to be testing down a little bit deeper before we get that break upwards. Okay, so although this is a positive, we still have a little bit further to go to the downside before we get that final break upwards, and that could be a long trading opportunity if we wanted it to be. Looking at this and where we could be going, I don't think we'll go down this low. There's good areas of consolidation down here. We might just have to come down a tad lower. I don't think the fibs or the Elliott wave structuring here is a good idea at that scale, so let's go ahead and take a look at this one. And yeah, I think if we are to look at this from let's say this perspective here, this might be enough to... Yeah, this might just be enough to get us where we need to go. So it might just be that this structure right here, with between 30.2 and 30.6 being our low on a three-wave pattern right inside here, which would then tie us in with this being a three-wave pattern in here as well. I think here, like so, making this entire thing a three-wave pattern. Okay, so as we can kind of see here, here, and here. So that could be where that one finishes. That could be a pretty good structure, and we could look at that independently of this one, or just a truncated C wave. It doesn't really matter, I don't think, based on the fact that this looks like we're going to find good support, and also we are oversold on the 8 and 4 hour time frames. Now, I could be wrong. We could be looking at coming all the way back down there. I just don't think that's going to happen right away. I think if we're going to do anything, we've got to come here to the 30-cent range and then bounce on up. And again, there's no real obvious areas other than equilibrium. So maybe 32 to 33 cent is going to be the bounce on that one. Could be a long opportunity, as I said. If we were to go long here, I'd probably look at 30.6. Put a tight stop loss in. I would probably put the stop loss, I think, just down here. It's a bit more than I would like, but it is an area of interest. And then target out equilibrium. It's going to get you a risk reward ratio of 2.0. It's okay. It's not the best. I mean, it's doable. You could probably do it, but it's probably one that I would see the structure here and see if there's a better point for entry at a later date. It doesn't look like it's worth necessarily kind of going for that, but you know, there's an opportunity in there nonetheless. So for Cardano here, yeah, my expectations are that we continue to move down a little bit, and then once we kind of fill out this little area, I think we'll move on up. Okay, now it's possible that we just find support on that 200 EMA and then take off with a double bottom scenario, but for now that's kind of where I think that's likely to be on this time frame. Now if I bring this up into our weekly chart here, you can still see I'm looking for the downside on the daily. If I make this a little bit easier to see, there we go. You can still see the ranges that I've been targeting out previously. Now, the interesting thing about this move that we've had to the upside is it doesn't look like it's something that is going to be sustained on the daily time frame. You can see that we're moving down from the overbought area, and you can see here that actually this now needs to be adjusted. We are probably going to be targeting out more towards the 15.22 to 18.3, 18.13 under a big three-wave pattern. Now, it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take weeks to play out, but you can kind of see it doing this, right? So when I come back to our weekly time frame, we can see that we're getting rejected here, and we know that our daily is looking for the corrections down. Then the most logical thing to think is that we are going to be moving down towards some of these areas and into new lower lows, probably looking to test this low range again. Now, we've tested this upper range 3 times, almost 4 times, whereas the low side we've only tested twice. Chances are we are going to be looking to test this out. An interesting point of reference as well is 14.85 cent. So again, that could be the actual bottom for a ADA bear market. But you know, essentially this is a little bit of speculation, but we do see that there are patterns here where we are looking for further downside, and unfortunately for Cardano's ADA. As you can see, we've got rejected on the 200 daily EMA, finding brief support at the moment on the daily 50 EMA, but if we lose that, yeah, chances are we are heading down further south. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. I think I'm going to leave the video right there. If you found it useful and informative, smash the like button. If you're new, subscribe. If you haven't yet joined us in Discord, what are you waiting for? Check it out, linked in the description down below. Until the next one though, guys, have a fantastic day.
We are not financial advisors. None of what we have communicated verbally or in writing here should be considered as financial advice. It is not. Do your own research before investing in any digital asset or affiliate offers, and understand that investing in any crypto is risky. If you do, you need to be prepared to lose your entire investment. This video is for information and entertainment purposes only. All our videos are strictly personal opinions. Please make sure you do your own research and never take our opinions for financial guidance. There are multiple strategies, and not all strategies fit all people. Our videos are not financial advice.